Yeah. Yeah. Hello, Nick. Yeah, I'm doing good. Excited to be here today, and just stuff here and there. Recently, uh, went on the holidays at school, so yeah, I came home to meet my parents and spend time with family. Yeah. 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 So, mm, it kind of went in a very fun way because the way I started out, uh, currently I'm a computer science student, so I spend so we like obviously we do all these classes at times where we do deal with languages and stuff. So I remember in my first year we did C as a language, and we did Python. Yeah, but it was mostly boring, and I didn't actually get the point. So it was mostly me watching YouTube videos of somebody teaching stuff and going to tests and exams. But then that wasn't really it, and it didn't really hit then. Like I there wasn't a click until I actually worked saw my friends actually. They were like doing front end, back end, and they were telling me that they could write code that they were deploying somewhere online, and they would send me website links and be like, oh, check this out. And that was pretty much like the vibe. And I was like, okay, I'm interested in this one that you can write code to actually make it be viewed on the browser, which was front end. I was kind of like, okay, I need to know this. What is this? So they sent me like YouTube links. It went way over my head. I didn't really get it. Then I signed up for a boot camp, and it was on campus. Then there was there's like a tech hub we have on campus. It's called Native. So where they like provide trainings and do stuff like innovation and stuff like that. So I kind of like went there to learn for like a 3 month boot camp, and that was pretty much it in 2022. And that eventually went on to become something that I kind of like, fell more in love with. And I discovered that, okay, this was something I actually like. I could learn HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, and that was pretty much it, for a while till I discovered that there's this side uh, to technology where I could interact with people from all over the world, and we are speaking the same language really. Like when it comes to technology, there's no barriers. I mean, everyone out there writes HTML. I write HTML. They write CSS. There was no. So it was like something to kind of like be like, okay, there's a community here that I can actually tap into, and it's global. So I think that was pretty much my idea of like finding the use case for becoming online and using Twitter, because I wasn't really that person that is okay, I want to be online and stuff like that. So I would say that's like a bit of a background sort of thing, but not the open source background yet. But I don't know. Should I continue, or is that a place? Is that Did I answer the question? Yeah, yeah. Mhm. Ah, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm, mm, mm. Mhm. Yeah. Mhm, mhm, mhm. Yeah. Yeah. I see. I see. I see your point. Hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah. So my journey into open source was kind of because I kind of like fell into the community aspect of the entire tech scene when I came in. Like I said, so I would credit Francesco for this. So Francesco was one of the you probably know him. He works at there was one of the first people that I met online that had the community that was working. Yeah, exactly. So I was like, okay, this is awesome. Like let me actually check out what communities are about and how they help people and stuff. So I went in. I already had some skills with like React and stuff. And that this was way after like finding Eddie Jaude on Twitter. Is like the king of open source on Twitter. So I kind of joined this community Eddie up, and there was like a preliminary thing that I did. I think that was my first ever contribution to open source. It's just like this repo where you add your name. So I already did I did that one time. So I was like, okay, okay, this seems fun. And somebody did a boot camp back then. I think it's Oscar. Oscar is it's like an organization we have here in Africa. It's called Open Source Community Africa, where it's like an organization, yeah, for open source here in Africa, led by Samson Godi. So I joined like a workshop for one of their chapters. They were teaching Git because I was absolutely very bad at Git then. Like if I literally got stuck when if I'm trying to push them to my GitHub, like if I did git add, git commit, and maybe I ran into an error, like I'll literally just go bonkers. Like, okay, I don't think I know where to go from here. So that was how bad I was at Git. So that workshop helped me a lot, and honing my Git skills really like okay gave me the confidence that okay I can actually go back to this thing and do some things there. And joining community Francesco's community, which was 4C. I remember at the time Oktoberfest was like 1 month away, um, and we were like, "Oh, Oktoberfest is starting soon. Our repo is an Oktoberfest repo, and we are trying to like that was in 2022. We are looking for people to somebody to to help with the website. So I was like, sure, I would like to help out, and that was my first ever major open source project. I came into open source and I came into open source big like majorly as an open source maintainer. So I kind of like had that experience early on, like being a maintainer. So and that was pretty much an Oktoberfest hit. So there was so much like obviously we were trying to get that time they were giving out free t-shirts, I think. Uh, so everybody was trying to get like swags and stuff. So a lot of people came to the repo. Francesco did live streams. I did 4 PRs on the repo. Reviewed people's PRs and like, okay, this we can merge this. That interaction and trying to like being a maintainer, being a contributor. I was like on both sides most times, and that kind of like gave me the experience early on that I needed doing open source. And I got a free t-shirt to like from Oktoberfest, but yeah, that's besides the point. But like but yeah, that was pretty much it. And joining Million later on in the in 2022, it was like December-ish when I found Million on Daily Dev. I was like just scrolling through and I saw Virtual DOM makes React app 70% faster. Clicked on it, went to the docs, I sort of like looked around and tested it myself, and I saw that okay, this actually does it does what it says, and I joined the community, like I always do. I just like check communities and be like, okay, let me see what's going on in this community. And then I saw it was a very small community. Then like I always say this all the time. It's like a very, I remember the number. It's like 23 people that were in the server then. So I was like, I reached out to Aiden and I texted him. I was like, yo, Aiden, I basically asked him for like a coffee chat thing to talk about the project, and that kind of like spiraled into him being that oh we need a I kind of like needed community help at the moment, and the community was something that obviously he's pushing the tech. At that point, Diddy was like working like you think over 80 hours a week, so he kind of like needed somebody to like be down there on the community and stuff. And that was I joined the team. I was like, yeah, I would love to volunteer to help out with this. So he onboarded me on GitHub and everything. Then we created Twitter. We created the Twitter and LinkedIn accounts, and yeah, that pretty much is what I would say what started the Million that probably know today. Yeah, and yeah, open source is something I'm very yeah, and I did a lot of amazing stuff like like um um being there at Million, and something's blew my mind because I was like, uh I made so many mistakes, but then I used those mistakes to actually learn and become a better person, which sort of like fed into my understanding of becoming better, a better open source person, I guess. Yeah, 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 yeah. Uh, Wait, somebody's saying in the chat that they can't hear you. Oh, you can hear me. Hmm. Yeah, it's set up. Yeah, thank you very much, Kevin. I can. But he hasn't responded though. The then maybe probably can hear you now. Mhm. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Ah. Yeah. Ah, okay. Okay.
Okay, there we go. Now it's working. People can hear me now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Thanks for
Thank you.
mentioning. I'm so glad somebody mentioned that closer to the beginning of the stream than the end. I have everything automated. Well, almost everything automated for my stream. There's certain things I can't automate. Like when I bring you into the stream, I just copy paste the URL and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm definitely glad you saw me live early too, Kevin.
yeah,
Um, yeah, it's I don't know what's happening. I use this software called Crisp.ai. It's for noise
yeah,
canceling, and
nice.
yeah, it works really well. But I guess I don't know why it crashed, but I'm definitely gonna add a note for audio check because it was a little
Because
misleading because you could hear me no problem. So
yeah,
on the plus side, I mean, we're here to talk about you and open source. So whatever you've been saying is being was picked up. So at least we didn't lose that. So
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
So
cool, cool, cool.
yeah,
Yeah. So like I was saying, I'm curious, like when you yeah, so you've been in school and you're a community engineer at Million now. So you were previously at Tublian. Were you working there part time as well because you were in school, or
yeah. I was working there part time as
okay,
yeah, as Dever. Yeah, I was working there part time. Yeah.
yeah,
So the way I mostly like do that stuff is so I have one full time role. I work there. I work at the company called Groove as a software engineer, and that's like a kind of like a 9 to 5 remote role. So it's like a company here in Lagos. They make streaming products and
okay,
most of these like events and like music events and stuff. The company covers it. So we build the software side to handle some of the streams that people watch from. And yeah, I also and my work at Million is mostly based off of yeah, I mean it's like my open source thing. So there's more than
okay,
enough time for to do my open source stuff. So I do that like as an open source role. And my role at Million currently with the new support role, I work as a support engineer part time. Yeah, so that was the
okay,
yeah, that's the way my arrangements work. So and I I go to school yes, like based on timetables and stuff, schedules and everything. So yeah, that's pretty
okay,
much how I would round it up. Yeah.
okay, cool. And
Yeah.
yeah, I guess what got you interested in Million? I know you said you ended up joining the Discord, and then you were like, you had a coffee chat with Aiden. Um, But oh hey, how's it going, Skip Farrow? Thanks for joining us. Also, thanks for joining us too, Peter, over on YouTube. And yes, Crisp is awesome. It is like Magic Audio. I'm not sure what happened. It doesn't happen often. Maybe I updated it, and sometimes if I don't reboot my computer, something weird happens, or maybe it was just unlucky. But I've taken note to. I usually do an audio check before the stream, and it,
Mhm.
Toby could hear me, so I didn't. It didn't even occur to me that it wasn't working live. So, anyways,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, um, but yeah, sorry. Yeah, so yeah, you were chatting with Aiden, and then was it just? I mean, I think the project's super interesting too. We can definitely talk about Million. Um, yeah, I guess like why were you so interested in it, or was it just more like you're looking to get into open source and you just happen to come across Million, or
Yeah. So the way it worked with Million and I eventually ended up being like, oh, let me actually come on the thing to help out. Is that I mean I use React a lot and I uh I use I'm kind of like I've been in the ecosystem. I'd been in the ecosystem for a while, like at
okay?
least about a year before I found out um Million. Yeah, about a year before I found out Million. And then
Mm-hmm.
you know seeing such an interesting project and something that claims to like help you speed up optimize your applications in such a way that it doesn't give you so much DX burden that you have to be
Yeah,
worrying about okay, maybe you are moving your code base around or something like that. It just kind of like caught my attention because the DX was so neat and and it kind of solved the problem that it claimed to solve, and you still just end up writing the same React you write. So that kind of caught my attention, and I was like, okay, this is actually really super interesting. I'd love to like jump on something that does this, and like make this better and make this known, and make people talk about, make more people find out about this, and talk more about this. So I think that was more of the motivation for me. So that kind of like
Okay.
build like a that kind of like it brought like a pure love for the project, because it kind of like made the passion. There was the passion. The passion came in because it was so, and if you would like notice from some of the things I do for Million, it's just like natural some stuff, like because it doesn't feel forced. Like I'm trying to, you know,
Hmm.
schedule or something like that. So I mean, it just kind of like came by as passion for the project, and kind of like interest in the fact that I really resonated with most of the things that the project
Okay.
did. So yeah, I would say I would say that was the thing. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. 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 Yeah, it's a super interesting project because like I know when I spoke to Aiden, I dropped the link there before for the live stream I did with him, but there's this automatic mode for at least for Next.js. I don't know about other meta frameworks. And it's only for React at the moment, correct? Is that right?
Yeah, it works with most things in React ecosystem. Astro Remix, I mean Astro with React, of course. Remix,
Yeah.
Next.js, Gatsby,
Okay.
React.
Okay. Okay. I didn't
Yeah,
realize it worked with all of them. Okay.
yeah,
I
it
mean,
did.
I knew
It does.
like there's the automatic mode, but I thought that was only for Next.js, or is that available for all of them?
Oh, it exists. The automatic mode exists directly in the compiler. So if you install
Oh,
it in,
okay.
yeah, you can just turn it on. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay, okay, okay.
yeah.
Okay. Super cool.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I know you recently hit version 3. I joined you in the Discord for that one.
Yeah,
I'll find the blog post for that. Dot dev
yeah. It's
3.
very.
Oh yeah, here it is. Um, and I know there's been like lots of improvements. Like there was some known issues that got sorted out because some of them were some pain points that people had mentioned, and just some
Mhm.
general stuff that I think the team wanted to fix. And uh, that reminds me, like, how big is the team now? Because like there's yourself, there's Aiden, there's I can't remember who else I've spoken to before, but
So there's about I think 7 people on the team right now,
okay.
with them in different departments, and different specialties. So it's just like a combination of people with their own specialties, people in the AI team, and
Oh, okay.
people in the dev team, and stuff. And I work in support to
Okay.
interact with customers, and interact with the team as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And like like a lot of open, well, not a lot maybe, but like other some other open source projects, you've
Yeah.
gotten funding now. Aiden mentioned I believe it's from Y Combinator that there was funding.
Yeah, Aiden kind of like handled the entire process really. I don't really have much information, but the information that I have regarding that was he applied, like most people, and Aiden had actually been in some programs. Without a Million had actually been in some programs prior to that. We were in Git Round. I don't know if you saw that. Like Git Round was like a program organized for like open source
Yeah.
projects that pay maintainers to work on them full time and stuff like that. So when Git Round, and then I mean Git Round ended like last year, yeah,
Okay.
last year December-ish, the um and then the Y Combinator thing came around, yeah, same time, like December period, like it was during the festive periods mostly, and yeah,
Okay.
that was when the Y Combinator thing came through as well. So, and yeah, it's been a really huge transformation for Million, because Million went from being just an open source project that had a lot of hype, it's actually becoming an actual company, and it's been a lot of things. Yeah, it's really fun to see that transition. I mean, to experience it from day one, and I mean it's not day one technically, because Aiden is
Yeah. Yeah.
as officially 21, but I mean to experience it from that point where it was a project to becoming a company and stuff. It's a really nice experience. Yeah.
Yeah. I know. I know the project has definitely gotten popular, but I know it's used in production by some people. I know I
Hmm.
can't remember who opened a PR last year on open source. This was before, so open. I know you know it, but I work at a place called Open Sauce, which is open source as well. Um, but um, I think there was a pull request open before I started working there because I only started working there last September. Um,
Yeah.
and the issue got closed, and I think maybe at the time, I think the maintainers thought maybe it was too early to put in something like that, but I'm actually curious to revisit it and potentially add it back into the project. Um,
Hmm.
I was gonna ask, like, typically when people are using Million, do they go into the automatic mode typically, or do they kind of like just install it and then tweak as they see fit, or what do you see people doing usually?
Uh, People mostly use automatic mode, and the reason we advise automatic mode and the reason why automatic mode exists in the first place is because I mean the optimizations Million gives are they are used they're like special, or would I say they they take effect more in like certain cases of
Okay,
in certain components and in certain um parts of your application. Not every part of your application should actually be using Million because it
okay,
doesn't actually make sense. So with the automatic mode, the compiler is smart enough to figure out at runtime the parts of your application that needs the optimizations. So it just does it, and you don't have to care, and you just have to toggle one option really like auto true. You can even set
okay,
like um custom options, so like okay, maybe further improve on um the optimizations, or if you're using React server components, there's an option there to just like turn it on like RSC true or something like that. So yeah, most people use automatic mode that I've
okay,
seen so far. Yeah, yeah. A million three is
okay.
very stable, so it has I mean that was the point of million three anyways. It was just
Yeah,
a lot of overcoming. It was just yeah, we used that million three to actually overcome a lot of things and make it more stable for users. Yeah.
okay.
Mhm.
And it, I don't know if I heard you correctly, but it does support RSCs now?
Yeah, it does. That's
Okay,
it mostly works client side. But if you happen to have like RS in your applications, you have to like tell the compiler that okay, you have RSs so that it knows. Yeah,
okay.
exactly. It knows how to figure out here how to handle them. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I guess that's just because it's a different dependency graph because it's separate.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, no, no, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Um,
Exactly.
yeah, I guess like I know I haven't dove into Million a ton, but I know like it uses a project called Blocks. I think that's what
Yeah. Block.
Aiden called it,
Yeah.
and Uh, I I'm just trying to repeat my understanding to you to make sure I'm understanding how Million works. So please correct me if I'm wrong. But
Yeah. Okay.
um, from what I understood with the conversation with Aiden, so like in React, there's the virtual DOM, and it does diffs, with the with a snapshot to just basically compare before it makes updates to the actual DOM. And what blocks does is it looks for pass or not blocks necessarily, but Million looks for, I guess, code paths in the virtual DOM that could be optimized. And then so basically like stuff like I think there's like a for component, I think, and
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
optimizes mapping and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, So it's is that am I explaining that kind of right?
Yeah. You actually got some parts right, but let me just chip in. So I would say yeah, the way the block works is the way Million works with the block DOM to make these optimizations, and we
Okay.
actually before we became before automatic mode came, there was a block function that we used, and the way the block function worked was that you basically had a function um, that was able to traverse your DOM, figure out
Okay.
parts of figure out parts of that component that are subject to change, and then it kind of like create something called like placeholders for those parts of for those parts of the components, so that
Okay.
when you actually, so when a change happens, like a state change uh, um, causes something that would bring about a render. A million doesn't just the optimization would make it such that you don't have to traverse the entire component tree to find where to make the
Okay.
optimization. You just go directly to those parts because you've saved like the objects in like a hash map somewhere, so you just swap the values out. So I think,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
that's yeah.
Okay, so you don't have to traverse the whole like
Yeah,
parts of the virtual DOM. You can go laser focus to where it is. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And I'm curious, like when people, well, there's a couple things. There's also like Million Lint now, which is a newer part of the project. So
Mhm.
like I guess just asking this because you typically doing a lot of support with people, but um like what are the common things that people run into, or like where do how like how much like performance gains do people usually see, like let's assume some mythological developer who is like the best React developer on the planet and wrote everything correctly. Is it still going to be able to optimize? Like,
Yeah, yeah, it's yeah, like I've always told people about like the Million LinkedIn. It's kind of like it's not a linter that is trying to exactly tell you that okay, you have to write your entire code base or something like that, that okay, this thing is bad.
yeah,
It's a linter that is there to guide you sort of and tell you that okay, you actually maybe should be paying attention to these components, and these are the problems with them. Okay, now
okay,
based on that, we are giving you like a report kind of thing that okay, these are some things you could potentially look at to do to applying to these components that could make them better. Now you as a
okay,
developer have to kind of like be like okay, I've seen these reports, and then okay, I'll decide okay, what things am I moving around and stuff here and there. And I've actually seen cases of people using it to actually and giving reports, and they're like okay, this is actually uh something like with the law of potential. Theo made a video about it, and he showed how he was able to help him figure out. He was able to help him figure out like an issue sort of thing that he looked over, and it wasn't like that he didn't pay attention to. But with the million links,
okay,
yeah, he kind of like pointed out that okay, this thing, you should pay attention to this thing and maybe fix that, stuff here and there. But uh, like I would say, like to be, to round the million link thing up, I would say million link is something that you don't necessarily have to say that okay okay, after getting this done, after getting this installed and set up in my code base, I have to
okay,
use this to figure out all the issues that will potentially happen to my application. So it kind of like
okay,
works with you like in the code base and everything. So tracks your
okay,
code base, finds those parts of your applications that okay, this is rendering so much. You can potentially make this better by doing this and this here and there and stuff here.
okay,
And yeah, that's typically yeah a lot. It does so many cool things, and
okay,
uh,
okay.
it's a product and active development. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't tried it yet, and I should, because like because I've been trying to improve the performance of our application. Like, there's definitely some wins I've done by optimizing some things, but um, I noticed that our app re-renders a lot.
Mm,
like I know re-rendering isn't necessarily a bad thing, but
yeah.
like, and even in development mode, you get that double render because of strict
Yeah.
mode. But
Yeah.
like in some cases on some pages, I'm seeing like 10 renders, and I'm like, so
Mm,
like I'm
mhm.
kind of curious if and it's a Million Lint is just for Visual Studio Code right now, is that right?
Yeah, we only have support for VS Code at the moment, but there's a new release that's currently ongoing. So a lot of work is being put in there by the team at the moment. So I think
Okay,
in a very very soon a new release will be out there, and yeah, and it's coming with so many big things that yeah that would support for more things is definitely one of, support for more editors is definitely one of the things on the way.
okay.
Yeah.
um let me see. I don't know. We don't necessarily have to do live coding here, but I was wondering if I could share my screen and like maybe you could maybe just kind of talk me through a bit of some of the million. Like I know we didn't really discuss this, so if you don't want to do that, don't worry about it. Um,
Hmm.
are you cool with doing that or?
Yeah, sure, sure.
Okay, cool. Let me share my screen here. It caused problems before, but hopefully it's fine this time.
Okay.
Okay, should be here. Share. Uh, yeah, did it again. Okay. Yeah, it killed my okay, yeah, you're coming back, Toby. Hold on a sec here. Yeah, I tried sharing my screen on
I can't hear
in
you, Nick,
Twitch.
for some reason.
Okay, hold on a
Okay.
sec. Let's see here. Hopefully I didn't die again. Okay, no, my mic is good. Um, that's weird. You sure you can't hear me? Here.
I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Okay, maybe there's a delay.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't share my screen over there, but I'm gonna share my screen somewhere else, and I'm gonna send you a link so you can see it. Um, just I think we lost Toby for a second there. Um, he'll be back in a second. Um, the beauty of the internet. Okay. Here. All right, you're back. Yeah, we lost you for a second. Um, yeah. No, I was gonna say this is the there you go, you're back. Yeah. That's
Okay.
the beauty of the internet. Sometimes things just don't work.
So
Um,
yeah.
cool. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna just share my screen for it. I'm gonna send you a link just so you can follow along because it'll just be easier. I don't know why I can't. I usually share it in Twitch, but for some reason it's causing the window to reload today. So,
Oh, that's
um, okay, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna send you a link. I'll send it to you on Twitter.
okay. Okay.
Give me one sec here. You should be able to see this. So,
Uh,
and
okay.
let me
Yeah.
know when
Okay.
you can see it. Okay, cool. All right. Cool. I'll just switch us to pairing view here.
Okay.
Cool. All right. So there we go. Okay, I'm just gonna close my terminal and I'll just zoom in a bit here. Can you see that okay?
Yeah, I see your screen. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I have the Million plugin installed right now. Sorry, the Million lint. So like if you just here it is. Um, so okay, so I've installed the VS Code extension, but do I still need to install Million? Okay,
Yeah, the compiler. Yeah.
okay, cool. So let me just exit here. Let's clear this. Whoops, why is my thing not pasting? Hold on a sec.
Yeah, sure.
Uh, cut. Okay, I don't know why it's not pasting, but whatever. Million slash lint at latest. Okay, so yeah, I guess like let's just talk through while it's installing the compiler. So the lint extension is the tool. Yes, sure. Uh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've installed the compiler now. I have the extension installed. Let's go through here. Click around and interact with the app. So I need to start my server.
Yes, you do. But first, let's check your config file to see that it's been set up. So you should
Okay, okay, okay. So this is a silly question. I need to set up Million in my repo too.
yeah, you need to set up million links. Yeah.
Oh, okay, 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 okay. Gotcha. Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. Cool. Let me create a new branch then. Just
Okay.
okay, cause yeah. Yeah, because it's a bit of a silly question, but I wasn't sure if the linter was like a standalone tool that could just analyze any project, even if you weren't using Million. But okay,
Oh
all
yeah,
right,
you
so
need to install it. Yeah, yeah.
okay, stash. Just let me clear. Okay, and let's go to beta. Get latest. Okay, I'll create a new branch. Million. Okay, cool. So, all right. So I guess first thing I need to do is I need to install Million in my project.
Yes.
So
Yeah. So install yeah million links. Yeah.
at latest, I guess.
So that should be million at npm at million slash links at latest. Let me send you blog. I think
Or is it this? Is it this here? That's do I have to?
yeah, yeah, that's
Uh, okay, okay. But that's not for. I have to put that in the project though, right?
yeah, you have to so either that one runs the CLI for you, but you can actually do it manually following this as well. So I just let me send this in chat
Okay,
as
cool.
well. Yeah.
All right.
So I just sent yeah, exactly.
Okay, let me grab that. Cool. Uh, I didn't. Did you send it on Twitter?
Oh, on Twitch. Oh, sorry. I sent it on Twitch.
Oh, okay, 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 yeah, yeah, okay. You sent me a whisper message or something?
I sent it to the Twitch channel. I mean to your channel
Oh,
like
okay,
as a
okay, okay, okay. Directly. Okay, okay, gotcha, gotcha. Okay.
yeah.
All right. Okay. Cool. So let's come here. Where's my? Oh, I don't have one over here. Okay, hold on. Let me create a new browser window.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Just scroll down. Scroll down. You should see
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So run so it's like yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I ran this before, but I didn't. I wasn't really looking at what it was doing. So okay. So okay. So this is running the CLI.
Mm-hmm.
I have the
So
extension installed already. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you're doing yeah, so just continue, yeah.
okay. Modified config file. Does the config file look good? Let's take a peek. Okay, so it's nice. One thing that's nice here is it detected it was a Next.js app,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and okay, it made some changes. I think that's just some linting. There's a million in here somewhere. Where is it?
Yeah, million.next. Yeah, exactly. It's calling like if you see this. Oh sorry, I
Okay.
can't see my yeah, exact million.next. So you imported million links for you. Now it's calling the million compiler yeah for next year. Million links
Oh,
compiler for
okay,
next.
okay,
Exactly.
okay. So
Mm-hmm.
this here generates a function, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, that generates a function that at runtime checks your application and stuff. Yeah,
Okay, and then down here, okay, we're using Sentry, so it's just including it in there, I guess. Okay.
yeah, exactly.
And then it obviously installed Million. Okay, cool. Okay, so that
Exactly.
looks okay. So
Mhm.
let me come back here. Does the config look good? Yes. Okay, so we're
Great.
all set here. And you said start the dev server now?
Yeah, just started.
Okay, now started dev server. Cannot find. Okay, let me just install in case something was missing.
Okay,
Okay, yeah, something was missing when I ran.
exactly.
Okay,
So
so
million links.
Million Lint is starting now.
Yeah. So
Okay.
now on your browser, when you load it up, you should actually see show like a tooling thing at the bottom, like Astro does. So we have like this.
Okay, a little
Um,
floating bar down here. Okay.
yeah, exactly,
Okay, gotcha, gotcha. Okay, cool. We'll just let this load up. Okay, so down here.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So okay, so it's already found issues, which is good.
Hmm.
So okay, so it's saying there's some things that could be tweaked in there. So if we open this, it goes to
Yeah, it should redirect you back to your VS Code because we actually made if you go back to your VS Code and you click on the side, one of these widgets on the yeah side, maybe click on more or something. That more, the three button more. Yeah, no, like those three buttons. You know, like there's a three button thing
Oh
that
yeah,
says
yeah,
more.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you should probably see million links somewhere there. Yeah,
Okay, there we go.
so click on it. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Okay, gotcha. I'm gonna zoom down a bit because it's a little big. Cool. Okay, so click on here. Okay, repositories renders 2 times. Okay, so this isn't necessarily saying it's bad. It's just giving me some information, or is this bad? Is what it's saying.
Yeah, it's giving you reports on if you click on links plus plus or something. Uh, like the if you look at the components, it's showing some yeah exactly some information there. Oh, sorry,
Okay,
not
so I got
yeah. Link plus
okay,
plus is like something is a an additional product on million links that we have that it gives you like it's supposed to give you detailed information and stuff. But I didn't
okay,
actually want to. Yeah, but so if you sign in with your account,
okay,
yeah.
cool. You
But
know,
yeah,
this is
so like
cool.
right there from your VS Code, it will tell you all the information that you actually need
Okay,
regarding yeah like that component. So if you over like to the extreme left, the no no the left, it's,
yeah,
yeah that yeah if you click on that should do something. Are you clicking?
yeah. I'm clicking.
Weird. I think you need to sign in first. Yeah.
Maybe it
Let's go.
didn't finish the sign in. Hold on
Yeah.
a sec. Seems to be seems to have signed me in. Let me double check, but
Okay.
let's check here. Um, sign in. Why is it not signing in?
Hmm. It's kind of weird.
I think something in my VS Code might have. Oh wait, welcome to Million Lint Beta. Would you like
Uh,
to start the onboarding experience? Should I skip the onboarding for now, or
yeah. Either way it works. Like it starts skip. Yeah.
okay, okay, we can skip for now, I guess. It's okay. It's scanning the code base. Okay, forget that's Copilot. Okay. Um, I think here. Let me move this up. I don't know if it could be. I use the VS Code Insiders edition, which is not like the stable version. I don't know if that's why. Maybe I'm gonna just
Oh
restart VS Code just to see.
yeah. There's actually a feature. There was a user that we interacted with a couple of weeks back. So one of the fixes we are currently working on is to is with the insiders edition. So, but it
Okay, so
works
that
the edition really well. But it's just a few things like this. I think if you go back to your browser, it's trying to log you in, but I think there's something with the VS Code insider thing that is maybe preventing that
yeah,
from
it's the redirect URL here. I think I have the other VS Code. Do I?
yeah.
Okay, I don't. Okay. Let me go grab the regular VS Code for now just so we can continue. Doo-doo. Yeah, I used to be I wonder if I should switch back to the regular VS Code or not cuz I mean I never have any problems typically, but it's sometimes there's certain things where it's like I think I
Oh,
had some issues with code spaces at one point because of
ah,
that. Okay, so let me
okay.
close this and let's just go ahead and install the regular one.
Mhm.
But that's good to know that you're working on a fix for insiders.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's an active. I think it's been done already, but next
Okay.
release, like I said, yeah, most of these things, yeah.
Cool, cool, cool. All right. Open. Yes. Oh, now we're in dark mode. That's okay. Okay. Since I don't have everything here, hold on. Turn on backup and sync settings. Sign in. GitHub. Just give me a second here. I know we didn't plan this. I was just curious to look
Yeah,
into it, but
of course. And this is fun. Yeah, of course.
okay. Settings. No. Okay. Cool. Let me go install the Million extension again.
Okay.
There we go. Cool. And I already have the project, so let me open up the project again. And let's go to app. Okay. Yes, I trust the authors. I trust myself. Yes. Okay. Normally don't have to do all these things. It's just it's because it's yeah, I see the redirect links are working here properly. So
Yeah.
so I have a feeling it should be fine with Million. Okay, so let's come here and we'll skip that again. Okay, so let me start the dev server again,
Hmm.
and I'll zoom in a bit.
Yeah, I was going to say Susan.
One more minute. Okay, cool. Let's close that. Okay, so it's compiled. Okay, we're running. Let's close this. Let's go back to localhost. There we go. Okay. Okay, here we
Okay.
go again. Let's try it again. Okay, so if I click on here, okay, yeah, you see, yes. Allow opening, yes. Okay, so it's working properly in the regular one. Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
yeah, which makes sense. Okay, so let's bring this over here. Okay, so I'll hide this here. So it brought us to that particular one. So let's shrink this for now. I don't know all my keyboard shortcuts and stuff. Okay, so we got Million here. Okay, so I'll sign in now just to
Yeah.
get it configured properly. Okay, yeah, I see. Yeah, open with code. Yeah, open. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now I'm actually logged in. Okay,
Yeah.
so okay, so let's kind of go back to where we were. Okay, so if I click on repositories, and where were we? Where it was showing? Oh, I'll just go to the lint. There, is that it? Yeah. Okay,
Yeah, exactly.
so it's re-rendering twice, like you said, and so I should click on lint plus plus now, or the
Yeah, it should. Yeah.
okay. Oh, okay, this is super cool. So it's analyzing the code, and then it's gonna offer suggestions, I guess, or
Exactly. Yeah.
okay. No, I'm definitely gonna start using this.
Of course.
Yeah, I'll I definitely have to talk about with the team about getting it in the project, but for now at least. Okay, so it generated a report here for this particular block of code, and these
Yes.
are suggestions or okay,
Exactly. So it gives you those suggestions based on its analysis that it's done. And yeah, we don't actually in case for anybody watching this, we don't actually keep your code with us. We have no how would I put this? There is no, using your code maliciously or anything. So we're not using your code for anything, but we just give you an analysis particular to you, and after a few
okay,
days, I think 2 days or 1 day or something, we delete that thing from our database. So we don't actually keep it. We just do the analysis for you and give you a report back. And
oh cool cool.
it's cool. Gets you all this cool analysis and improvements that could be made. Yeah.
Okay, so this is super cool, and this I guess this brings up another question. So like I know there's the React Forget compiler that isn't available yet,
Yeah.
but that's still different from Million. Like React Forget might be able to generate these memos and stuff, but Million can still provide stuff to suggest to optimize even with that. I believe.
Yeah, million lints. Yeah, of course. Million lints is something that would always, because with million lints we are it's an AI model that mostly works with yeah, it works with like a super smart, would I say, an AI model that is super smart to understand your code base and then give you optimization suggestions based on those. But if React Forget comes into the picture, I mean, React Forget actually does tackle some memo auto use memo stuffs and things like that. But I mean, automation isn't just limited to you having to memorize certain component and using callbacks. There are other things
Okay.
that could causing performance problems and performance bottlenecks. So Million Lint would still give you advice as to how to make
Yeah.
improvements. Maybe there's this it's causing an issue, you need to move it somewhere else or something like that. So those reports you would get them. And not every React developer is smart enough. And no matter how good you are as a React developer, there's always something that that is always something that you can be like, okay, maybe
Yeah.
you skipped your like yeah, how would I say your attention or something like that. So Million Links captures all those things for you, and you
Okay.
get to see it in real time. And for yeah, I think that's I don't know if that answers the question. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Excuse me. I just got over a bit of a cold. No, this
Yeah.
is
So
like super valuable. I I guess I because I hadn't tried it yet. I heard about Million Lint. This is like like super powerful to like real world like clean up
yeah,
stuff. Now, I guess
yeah,
I guess one question I had here is so like if we come back to my config here that so we've got Million Lint in here now.
yeah.
Um, this is just the linter. This isn't Million running to optimize my app, right? They're two separate things.
Oh yeah, Million Lint is a separate thing from Million. We call it in the team now. We call it Million OSS. So
Okay.
so Million OSS is the compiler Million, that the original Million that we know. So with that one can actually wrap. I think after this configures wrap your code base. Million.next can then wrap. Million compiler itself can also wrap your application as well. But yeah, there's two separate things: Million Lint, Million compiler. Yeah, Million
Okay, yeah.
OSS.
So if I wanted Million now in my app, I would add that as well, right?
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah, okay, okay.
the CLI will figure it out and also, write to your config. Yeah,
Okay. So
yeah,
and the only reason why I'm asking is like just say hypothetically the team isn't ready for us to adopt Million for whatever reason. I can
yeah,
still introduce Million Lint into the project, which would still be beneficial for us.
yeah. Very separate. Yeah, they're separate. Two separate.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool, cool. And uh, I'm kind of grinding you with questions here, but I'm just generally curious. So so like we've installed Million Lint now, and it it adds it to the project. So like if we come over here, like the million dot next. So
Yeah,
when this compiles for production, though, I'm assuming that Million Lint just gets compiled away, or it ends up being like a no op function or something. Okay.
yeah. It just it's a dev dependency or something. So it only happens like local, and it doesn't go into project. So it just goes away.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. I'm definitely gonna create an issue in our repository to add it because like one of the
mm,
things we're working on is performance because there's some pages that are they're just not that fast right now like or I'm definitely not happy with the page speeds of some things and
yeah,
this is already like showing like definitely beneficial stuff here like
yeah,
even this where was it okay yeah okay so okay yeah missing dependency yeah that's another
yeah,
thing like before I started here there's still a bunch of things where the dependency array doesn't have everything and I think in some cases they're not there because if they put them in it causes a bug but that might mean that maybe we don't need use effect maybe it means something else so
yeah.
um
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
okay no
Mm-hmm.
this is super cool okay cool I yeah I just kind of wanted to take a little dive into that we can continue chatting here um
Mm-hmm.
no that's super cool I'm definitely putting that in the project
Yeah, I'm actually glad that I was able to I'm glad you watched live, to be honest. The
Yeah,
day we
no, what when it wasn't working initially, I'm there like it's definitely because I have Visual Studio Code Insiders. I know it's a I think
okay.
I think Visual Studio Code Insiders is amazing. It's very stable, but to avoid running into issues like this, I think I might end up going back to just the regular Visual Studio Code because I mean,
Mm.
you get
Mhm.
new features quicker with insiders, but at the
Yeah,
same time, I'm not really that stressed out if I don't get those new features right away, and I'd rather have it work, you know, just well with extensions like this. So to be
yeah,
clear, if people caught the stream before when I couldn't log into Million Lint, it was because of Visual Studio Code Insiders, not Million Lint.
yeah.
Um,
But see, there's active work ongoing on with the insiders, and I think there's some other editor somebody mentioned. I went to look it up. It's like a fork of VS Code that has like AI, and I can't remember the name. There's also
okay,
like I created an issue for that. I'll check it out. Created an issue for that to obviously like to create more support for more editors so people get access to cool things like this. So um
yeah,
if you're out there and you're watching this, it definitely works and you're seeing it live. So
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, and it's really neat. So yeah, just to kind of uh I'll come back for 1 second just to show folks, but just to just to reiterate, so you basically get a developer toolbar in that Million loads up into your browser. It just basically add some extra markup in JavaScript and CSS to do this, and then it analyzes whatever page you're on, and it tells you, like in this case, the repositories component, potentially two issues. Then I
Mhm.
can click open, and then I'll actually say always open code, and then it comes right to the file there, and then you can see all of a sudden there's they're small, but there's these yellow dots, and that's where you can start optimizing things. And I think, yeah, I'm definitely gonna just start looking at some of these things to optimize because there's like even though I've only been there since September, which is like I guess it's getting close to 7 months working there, but there's
Wow.
like a ton of code I still haven't seen yet, like or I might not have even touched. So this will be super helpful.
For
Um,
easy. Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, cool. All right. Yeah. So anyways, um, cool, cool, cool. Yeah, I guess getting back to just chatting about open source, like I guess what are have you ever had any difficulties in open source? Like I know like for myself as a maintainer, I've been somewhat lucky, but occasionally you get people that just complain, right? For no reason, like, hey, your thing sucks or like it doesn't do what I want to, and like obviously you don't want those people in your community probably, um but yeah, I guess generally how has open source been for you? It's been pretty positive or
Open source, it's something that, well, it's like you said, there are those people, and and there are also nice and really awesome people too. So I think, yeah, it's been mostly both for me because uh yeah, interacting with users. I mean, for example, if you do something like dev tooling that like Million does, and and you have like people using something, using your stuff in their code bases, it could kind of get overwhelming because somebody's coming here with their own features and like, oh yeah, I want this, I want that, yeah,
yeah.
making demands and stuff here and there, and then I have to interact with them, and also I have to like help them understand that the project has a roadmap and stuff like that, and know
Hmm.
that okay, these are our plans, these are things here and there. People come with issues, some, and the worst kind of issues are the ones that don't have reproduction because it's such a nightmare, and you have to actually go
Yeah,
into the
yeah.
issue and, okay, can you please provide a reproduction? What were the issues you have? Can you send your config? Can I see what's going on? So yeah, it's kind of
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it's kind of, yeah, it's kind of
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
hear you. Like we have issue templates and pull request templates,
Mhm.
and I always tell people because I'm sure you talk to a lot of people too, but it's like a lot of people always ask me about open source because I work in it, and I always say like whenever you see like an issue template or a pull request template, fill it out as best as you can. And it's
Exactly.
it's not us as maintainers trying to annoy you with like fill out a form. It's really we want to help you as much as possible, or get whatever you've been working on merged as quickly as possible. And to do
That
that,
improve.
yeah,
Yeah.
like it's kind of like a checklist to help us to avoid like that back and forth and stuff. And I
Exactly.
I can understand sometimes it's, you know, and we've tweaked our pull request template recently. And but there's a reason, like to your point about like the reproductions and stuff. Like I know we don't have this in place yet, but I think long term it'd be interesting to get stack blitz in place so like people can just report
Yeah.
the issue and show like a reproduction of it.
Yeah.
um, but at a minimum we just kind of ask for like, okay, you got an error, what are the steps you did, provide some screenshots if if you can, if it makes sense in the context of it. Like
Yeah.
most of the stuff I'm working on is typically the application, so there will probably be a screenshot because like I went to this
Yeah.
page and this thing's not working or something. But
Yeah. Mhm.
yeah,
Of
okay,
course.
cool.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah,
that's mostly that's the way it is really, because and I've actually gotten to meet so many cool people. I mean, being in the community, meeting engineers from companies. Some work at Vercel, some work at MetaMask. You get to interact with more and more people, and some of them are my friends now, and just from
yeah,
interacting and them contributing or helping out and stuff. And yeah, it's a really fun space to be
yeah.
in, I would say, especially the community aspect. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. I like it's one of my favorite things. I mean, I love building things, but I also love one of my favorite things is interacting with the community, like yourself, and it's like it's also why I like live streaming, where I can meet people in the community too. But like just in general, it's kind of why like even when I worked at Dev 2, it was one of my favorite things because that was an open source project too. And
Okay.
just
Yeah.
constantly interacting with developers in the community was just a lot of fun. And it
Yeah.
it it also helped the project, like I mean I genuinely wanted to help these people and enjoy definitely doing it.
Hmm.
But it also has the nice side effect of it helps your project, like um
Hmm.
I'll definitely be using Million a lot more now. But like I already know, like I've spoken to Aiden a couple times now. We've chatted on and off, so like I know there's good people in the community, and that also makes me interested in the project too. Like I
Yeah.
know the project's beneficial to the projects I'm working on, but also knowing that there's some good people in there is it also
Yes.
helps, like
Exactly.
um nobody typically wants to interact with assholes or anything, it happens. But
Yeah.
you
Exactly.
don't need you don't if you don't need to, don't, right? Like
Yeah. Exactly. Right. Exactly. All right. Spot on.
yeah, cool, cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome. um we're almost at time here. I was wondering if you had any kind of parting thoughts about open source, or like getting into open source, or yeah, I guess just in general. Like what would you I guess what would you say to somebody if like I came up to you and I was like, hey Toby, I'm new to either software development, or even I might have been programming for a while now, but I want to get into open source. What would you suggest to people?
I would say, like Kelvin always says, you probably know him. Is the lead maintainer of Sales.js. A
Yeah,
very good friend. Yeah, he always says, uh the parts, like getting to open source, it really isn't something about, okay, I need to do open source, or
yeah.
open source is essential to my life. It's more about, okay, maybe I use something, or I've been using something for myself, and I've realized that, okay, this thing is open source, and I'm like, okay, I can make this and so improvement, or I
Hmm.
could go to this project and be like, okay, these are some things that I think could be considered as ideas and stuff. I mean, in that small moment where you've been using project for so long, and I mean most projects you use in software development are open source. I mean that small
Yeah,
moments where you're using a project and you realize that, okay, I can actually do something to give back to this project. Or I can actually make this product better in this certain way, or I can do this certain thing. In that small moment, you've actually gotten into open source. I mean, that really is the idea, because open source is more about uh, collaboration,
Mm-hmm.
making a project better, and driving diversity, inclusion, and making software development, public, I would say, like, in such a fashion that people from all over and people with different backgrounds and skill set are able to come, to help make a project become grand or push it forward and everything. So no matter what your skill set are, or what you do as a person in software development or in tech, I would say make contributions to projects that you use yourself, so that it
Yeah,
makes you kind of like, would I say, it makes you properly placed, would I say, yeah, to actually be in control, and have authority to a certain extent
yeah.
for a project. Yeah,
Yeah, I definitely agree there. Like projects you're generally interested in will keep you interested in them. Like that's why
exactly.
like before I started working at Dev 2, I actually liked the project and I started contributing to it, and same thing with open source. So, yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
I love that. Cool, cool,
Hmm.
cool.
Yeah, thank you,
Well,
man.
yeah. No, well, I gotta say, Toby, it's been great hanging, and we definitely gotta hang again sometime.
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
as soon as I get off here, I'm creating an issue to integrate Million Lint into the project. So,
Yeah.
so you can let Aiden know, and
Of
I'll work
course.
on getting Million in the project, but I'll start off with Million Lint first. So,
Yeah, yeah, of course.
cool, cool.
Yeah,
Awesome. Yeah. No, it's been great having you, and I know it's a little later in the day for you, so appreciate you taking
yeah,
the time out of your day.
of course.
And yeah, I'm just gonna drop in the chat the live stream schedule. Tomorrow I'm gonna be hanging with Kevin Thomas
Kevin.
Van Cott. Yeah,
Yeah, so I'm
he works
huge
on.
fan. Huge
Yeah,
fan of Kevin. Right. If you're in the chat, Kevin, I'm a huge fan of yours, if you don't
yeah.
know.
Yeah, we're gonna be hanging tomorrow. We're gonna look at Tan Stack Table, which I've never used. I've used some
Right.
headless components, but not Tan Stack Table.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, yeah, I got a chance to meet Kevin briefly last year at Remix Conf in Utah. So excited
Uh,
to catch up with him tomorrow. And yeah, aside from that, just check out the schedule. We got other great guests coming on, and yeah, we'll definitely hang out again another time this year for sure. Toby, man.
yeah, definitely,
Cool,
definitely.
cool.
This was awesome. Thank you very much, Nick.
Oh yeah, no worries. And everybody else, take care. And Toby, if you just don't mind staying on for 1 second, and we'll see you tomorrow, folks.
Yeah.
Just give me 1 sec, Toby.